Crap, now I can't remember the other tangent. What was the other tangent? What were we talking about? Oh, Pokemon. I got Pokemon Pearl the same day you got Diamond, but we didn't know that.
Right.
And how did we figure that out? We just walked up to each other one day and was like, oh yeah, I got Pearl. Oh, I got Diamond.
Right.
And then it was like, well, when did you get it? Oh, I got it like Saturday. Oh my god, I got it Saturday. Where'd you get it? Oh, I got it Toys R Us, and you got it wherever. I was like, but we never intentionally did that.
I don't know.
It was just
We were like done at that game too.
oh my god.
For some reason, that year was of like everybody
Everyone-
loved Pokemon.
Everyone
at that time.
had Pokemon.
It was like with the cards and with the games, we were all like
You-
insane with it.
You know who got me into Pokemon?
Hmm.
You know Corey Henry? Do you remember him?
Oh, I haven't seen him since I left Columbus.
Neither have I. I haven't seen him since I left, so I mean, I wouldn't know. All I remember is that is that he goes to the same school my friend Jordan goes to, the kid that we talked about earlier. And I was like, yo, do you know a kid named Corey Henry? And he was like, yeah, he goes to my school. I'm like, oh, for real? He's like, yeah. Can you pass me a message? Like, tell him to find out my number, because I'm not going to give you my number, bro. I don't trust you. And he was like, I was just kidding, but I do trust Jordan. It's just that I didn't have my number at the time. I didn't have my phone on me, and I have a hard time remembering numbers. And he's like, oh, the second time. And I don't know. I just remember that getting sucks when you're uppercutting every 5 seconds. I just remember that Corey gave me Pokemon cards for the first time, and I remember you, man, you had like, I'm talking about thousands. Like you had.
Yeah, I still have a lot.
So do I. They're over there. They're over there in my little cupboard thing. Just waiting there. My cousin Steven gave me some Japanese cards, so I mean, I can't find his Stone Mew card that he gave me, but or whatever it was. But yeah, he gave me like my first cards. He gave me like a Kakuna.
I remember once we went to Target or something. Me, you, my mom, and your mom went.
Oh my
It was
god!
like ancient times ago.
And we bought.
We brought a little deck. It was didn't have
Dude,
many.
you got the case.
Oh yeah, I got the case, and
You got the Rayquaza case, I think it was.
And then I got like Rayquaza EX or something, and you're
Yeah.
like, oh no, I have no EX card. I was
Yeah,
like,
and then
oh.
but I had 5 or 6 legendaries, and I loved them to death. But I was dying to get an EX card. And then I remember I feel horrible about this because the best Latios card I've ever owned did like 80 damage without a coin toss, and it like paralyzed or something like that. And Jonathan, who was a pro at Pokemon trading card game, Andrade, he was like, I have this Muck EX card if you want it. And I'm like, oh, awesome, I'm dying for an EX card. This Muck EX card sucked horribly. Like, 20 damage. You had to flip a coin so that it would, like, it was horrible.
I remember only having 2 EX cards, which was it was Rayquaza, and I have a Charizard EX too, which is actually really good.
Wait, listen. And I traded that Muck EX card for the Latios that I had, the really good Latios, because I was dying for an EX card.
Right.
And
that's pretty bad.
Yeah, it was horrible. That was a bad idea. And I was like, what, 9? So I mean,
at the time, yeah.
So I mean, like, I didn't really know what I was doing at the time. I just wanted an EX card, so I thought they were cool. And it was holographic. I don't know if I still have it or not. I think I traded it away with something. But I think I traded away for like a Moltres or something. I pulled the same scam that Jonathan did to me. But like 2 years later, he moved. Because it was a year later. Because it was 4th grade. It was the last year you were in Columbus. It was when me and Corey were in the same class. And I don't know. I just remember all of this. We had some stupid times.
We were in the same school, yet only 1 year were we actually in the same class.
First grade.
First grade. I can't believe that.
And I was a new kid because I came from a different school.
I remember the first day
So
you came in. I was
so do
like,
I.
oh,
I know this kid,
I was
yeah.
like, I know that kid and that lady because you went in
With my
your
mom, yeah.
I was like, she must work with my mom, and I was like, oh yeah. I
That's
was like
true.
thinking to myself.
No, you were saying it a lot, dude. You were not thinking because I heard you, and I was like, "Who's saying that?" And I looked around. I'm like, "Is that Jonathan?" Because I saw Rodriguez, and
a lot. And Mikey was in that class.
Mikey was in
that
the
was
class.
a good year though.
That was a great year, but me and Mikey hate each other. Pick a character.
It's so weird. We never were in the same class.
Yeah, because I had Brereton for 4th grade, and you had Murray.
Fourth.
4th grade.
Fourth. Well, first I had. We were
Smith.
together. Second,
Smith
I
and
had Mrs.
I'm sorry,
Rosetta.
I'm gonna cut you off real quick. Who was the other teacher, the blonde teacher? I always forget her name.
Mrs.
Let's see what you mean.
Doesn't it start with a K or something?
Yeah, it does. Miss Keelington.
Kellington. Oh my god, I have not heard her name in years. And I was trying to remember it the other day and I couldn't.
You know what? I remember. I don't know how early in the year did you go. Like, did you go to the school? Was it? It wasn't right in the beginning.
No, it was not. It was a month in.
Because we first had the blonde teacher.
Yeah.
It was first only her.
And then
And then
halfway in, Miss Smith came in.
And I didn't understand that. I never understood it completely.
To be honest, I don't remember it either.
I don't remember.
I just remember she had to leave for some reason, and we never saw her again.
It was weird.
Oh man, that's all coming back to me. Now I gotta visit Columbus.
I'd like to visit there one day.
Yeah, you're in Portugal, though. I mean, you can go during winter whenever you stop by again.
I know.
I'm sure some of the old I mean, Miss Barrington is probably never going to be there again because she was like 50 when. Miss Barrington isn't probably going to be there 'cause she was like 50 when I had her.
Oh.
So.
You know, she was my sister's teacher.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know that.
Yeah. I had second grade.
Actually, no. I think I did know that because you did tell me that one time.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember because she used to read us the Misfortune Events books or something like that. Or the series of unfortunate events. There we go. That's what it was. Oh, bustle.
Then I had Mrs. Rosetta second grade.
Sorry, let me just.
My sister had her too. And then third grade I had Miss Murray.
Oh, hey.
My sister had her too. And then fifth grade I was also gonna be in Jonathan's class. We had the same. We were gonna have the same teacher, but then I went to like.
Remember that time? Oh wait, you weren't there because you didn't have Miss Pilati. Yeah, you didn't have her. She was my. No, she wasn't. She turned into an ESL teacher after that.
Oh.
That year. Me and Jonathan had the same. We were in the same class.
Yeah, I know.
I remember that one day Jonathan decided to pick up my shoe for some reason
Okay.
and throw it out the window.
Okay.
He randomly picked up my shoe and just threw it out the window. And we were on like the second floor. Or the first floor or something.
Then what? Did you go get it?
I jumped out the window to get... No, it was first floor. I jumped out the window to get it because the window was open, obviously. And I'm trying to do something else, and it's not working out. And... And... I'm trying to remember. And... Come on, hit him!
Oh.
And then, I jumped out the window to grab it because there were bushes underneath the window at the time. And I couldn't find it, so Miss Pilati yelled at Jonathan and told him to go get my shoe. And he jumped out the window with me. Oh, after me, I should say. And, okay, you went back but ended up forward. How does that make sense?
I don't get it.
And it was just so... I don't know, man. It just...
I had a good set of teachers. I always.
Yeah, you did. Who was your third? You had Miss Garoof? No, not Miss Garoof.
Third grade?
You have Miss something, the J teacher.
In third grade?
Yeah.
I had Miss Murray.
Oh, we Miss Murray. Yeah, then who had...
Yeah.
It was
My
Miss
sister had her too.
It was Miss Garoofi and Miss G something. Totally forgetting her name. Oh my god.
Fourth grade was probably my favorite year there. The last year I was there.
I think 4th grade was mine too. I had Miss Demas.
I had
for
Miss
5th.
Mason.
I had Miss Demas for 5th grade, and she was awesome because she was Portuguese. Okay, sue me. The only teacher I really liked was Portuguese. Oh no. No, I'm playing. I actually liked Miss Barrington a lot. She was
If
awesome.
I had stayed, I would have had Mr. Baldino.
Ew. I one time had detention in this class, and Miss Borelli. Remember Miss Borelli
Yeah, I know.
and Mr. Borelli? Oh man, that brings back memories. They were watching Space Jam one time. I got in detention for something stupid that I did, and ew, and ew, I look.
So my favorite teacher of all time was always.
No,
She's my favorite.
no, wait. Listen to me. And one time I had detention. Hold on. One time I had detention, and this is like an hour and a half. We got to stop this
I know.
eventually. I got into detention one time, okay, and I went to Miss Borelli's class because that was where my attention was in, and she was playing Space Jam. So for my entire detention, which was an hour and a half long, I watched Space Jam. And it was awesome. And I was like, this is the best detention ever. But I remember one time I had detention and I had to go to Mr. Baldino's class, and I did not like him because there was a kid who made fun of me and I defended myself, and he yelled at me because I defended myself. He was like, who do you go off talking to my students like that? I'm like, what? What?